Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, the honest apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Onto this life foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. I'm going to read the scriptures, and then I'm going to go from there. It says, Ezekiel 33 and 30, no, sorry, 30, yeah, 33 and 33, right? Let me make sure I'm right. It says, when this come to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet has been among them. Right? It says, next scripture, real quick. Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it would surely come to pass. Okay, so I'm gonna let this play, and brother had put this up, Malak Bar here in New York, and I'm just going through this just the first couple minutes of it, and it hit home, if you know what I mean. You know, it hits home. So this gives you a clearer idea of what's going to take place. Real quick, hold on. Alright, so without further ado, I'm gonna let this play. Put your thinking caps, see it for what it truly is. Alright, we're not in a time of guessing, we're in a time of reassuring everything that was been taught. And if you can't see it still, I don't know what to tell you. It's right in your face. Let it play. This is
going to work one day and being told, we can't pay you unless you have the mark of the beast. Imagine a mother who's just given birth being told, you can't pay for your baby's formula milk unless you've got the mark. In this video, I want to show you that there will be more people that will accept the mark of the beast than those who reject it. Everyone likes to think that if...
Alright, so you heard it. I'm just gonna pause it real quick. But you hear what he said. And the reasoning behind what he said. And he's gonna explain every single thing. You see, this is why it goes for all of us. You know, this is where faith kicks in, and the concept of what's the materialistic things of this world, the fundamental things that's going to be taken away from us, and how we got to see things for what it is. All right, he's gonna explain every little scenario, and it's gonna come clear. All right, and it's gonna be clear why people are gonna take that RFID microchip. All right, even in this video they try to say some people say is this. Listen, the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, point blank, period. We ain't gonna change. There's nothing to be changed. It's clear as day. And even with this scenario, what he says, it's gonna show it. All right.
They were given the choice to pledge allegiance to the Antichrist or to reject him and lose their...
And let's clear it out too. There's no single one person, the Antichrist, or the anti-anointed. This is a whole goddamn American system. All right. All those that come against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, even calling him by his improper name, all right, breaking his law, statutes, and commandments, you're all against the anointed. This whole system, all right, this whole system, every single person that's not doing according what the Lord told him to do is against the anointed. All right.
A lot of people are biased in their thinking and assume they would refuse the mark of the beast. But what happens when the Antichrist comes up with a system whereby you can't own a house without the mark? You can't go to the supermarket and buy anything unless you've got the mark. You can't travel in a car or on public transport without the mark. This is when people will feel the pressure to pledge allegiance to the man of sin.
See? And they give you a little clue. All right? And I'm going to quote it. I want to get it, but I'm going to get it later, though. Tell you in Job, I believe the first chapter, when Satan told the Lord that you got a hedge on Job. All right? It says that man will do anything to keep his materialistic things. Roughly paraphrasing it. Like I said, I'm going to get it later. But he's giving real life scenarios why people is going to bend the knee to the system. Right? And a lot of people is going to do it because your loved ones is going to do it. A lot of people is going to do it because their children. You know? This is the time when everybody's tested. Slakia. So let it play.
Revelation 13, verse 16 to 17. It also forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hands or on their foreheads, so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of its name. 5 things you need to know about the mark of the beast. Number 1, allegiance. When the Antichrist is revealed to the world, he will enforce a system, a law, where you need to take some type of mark in order to participate in society. There is one school of thought that suggests the following. In order for us to really understand what the mark is and what it means, there is a need to look back in history. It is thought that at one time, Rome ordered all its citizens to pledge their allegiance to it, and this would be their political allegiance and also religious allegiance. As you pledged allegiance, this meant you accepted and submitted to Roman law, including the religious laws of that time.
When you read Revelations 13 and 15, it tells you about it tells you about basically the Revelations the 13 chapters. It speaks of the Roman Empire, and that was the it was the beast that was wounded unto death but did not die. All right, the old Roman ways of doing it. Now, this pledging of allegiance, which you could go, I believe, is the they used to, not ivory. Damn, I just had it too. They used to give, they used to put marks on their slave because that's what Romans would do. But when they put those marks on the slaves, that didn't mean that they couldn't buy or sell. That just means that there was allegiance to somebody. All right. So this is the same system. Slacking, my voice is cracking. But it's the same system. It's the same concept. And all this go back to the all that's written in the scriptures. All right. But this is going to be the digital all. So he's giving a little brief history of that. But it didn't go on.
You to pledge allegiance, it meant you were pledging your loyalty to Rome. Now, with this thought, the mark of the beast...
Because this is Rome all over again. All right, that's the other thing. Reading Revelation 13 chapter, all the way down, it tells you about the first beast and how the second beast... the dragon gave the power onto the second beast. All right. And when this was established, it was established by the Treaty of Rome, where they wanted to bring in a new world order, NATO. All right, which is the beast, and America's the whore that right on the beast. But America, NATO, EU/EU is like Rome all over again. This is that system. All right.
Will be a case of people pledging allegiance to the Antichrist. People will take the mark of the beast because at that time it will most likely be enforced by law. Although the message will be that you...
And that's the key. All right. It's going to be enforced by law. Now, we don't know how directly they're going to do this, why they're gonna make this, how they're gonna make this mandatory, but it's gonna be by the law of the land, and that's why these pastors and preachers are gonna go into Romans the 13th chapter, where they tell you to obey, to obey the rulers. We know that a lot of these pastors and so forth already bought and sold. We already know the celebrities are going to be an advocate to push this agenda, okay? Because this system is the final system, the final control over everything, the way you live. And if hypothetically a majority of people is living in the woods, this system could not exist the way it does. But they had to have everybody a part of this system. All right, they had to, purchasing things. People can't farm and do certain things. Slovakia. I should have checked before I did this. So people, this system was created to trap people up. The money system, the failed economy, all right, banking system, throwing your money in the bank. Now I come to find out, J.P. Morgan and J.P. Morgan Chase and another bank about to shut down. This is about to count for like $4 billion money lost. TD Bank just got a memo, same, this random news clip said that TD Bank is about to close a couple of branches. So we got a system where people don't even want to put money in their house. They just put their money in the banks. Now, when you go into the bank, we was discussing this after camp yesterday. When you put your money into the bank, you putting your money into the bank, and everybody else putting their money to the bank. But when you want to withdraw, you have to let the bank know ahead of time how much you want to withdraw, because the bank don't carry that much money. So this whole entire system was leading to this system that he's speaking of, where you have to rely on this system in order to survive. All right, QR codes, scanning. As I was walking the dog, everywhere I look, every house, whatever, everybody got a freaking camera. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a camera, but I remember hardly anybody had a camera. So everything is going digital, because this is the system that people getting familiar with. So in order to live in this system, you have to go with this system. Okay? We no longer in the time of you do certain things. Plus the money's filling hard. It's falling apart. So let me let this play.
Need the mark to buy or sell, you will in fact be pledging your allegiance to the Antichrist. And here's the proof. Revelation 14, verse 9 to 10 says, "A third angel followed them and said in a loud voice, 'If anyone worships the beast and its image and receives its mark on their forehead or on their hand, they too will drink the wine of God's fury, which has been poured full strength into the cup of his wrath. They will be tormented with burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and of the Lamb.' Those who have the mark have submitted to the Antichrist and therefore rejected God, which in turn results..."
And the only people that's not gonna, I can't say it like that, because there's gonna be a lot of people that's not part of the elect that's not gonna take it, but still get destroyed, because only the elect is gonna be saved out of America, and the elect consists of the nation of Israel, which are your Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's who the Lord is gonna save out of this in America. But the scripture says in Revelation 3:10 that this is going to be roughly paraphrasing it. I'm gonna quote some scriptures, but I want to make focus on this video. A couple more seconds, but the whole world's gonna be tested. All right, the hour of temptation is coming upon the whole world. The whole world. You could be in Singapore, Guyana. I mean, not Guyana. Yeah, you could be in Guyana, South Africa, Australia. They're already Switzerland, and so forth, because all these countries are going digital. Okay, and everybody in these countries, despite their differences, these governments, these head people are going to do what? They're going to set this system up so that way everybody has to take this thing. This is the great hour of temptation that the Lord speaks of. And like he said, if you take it to the Most High, you reject the Most High. You just pledge your allegiance to Satan. All right? So this is the ultimate this is the final test. Try in the Greek, when you look it up, well, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it means a trial, a test. All right, this is the final test. And he just read what he just said, what he just read was the result of that. If you take it, you will be destroyed. So this is deadly serious. And once again, all you other camps, if you're not saying it the way GMS is saying it, you're wicked, you off as hell, and you're going to be destroyed. You're going to have blood in your hands. All right? Yeah, this is a Christian thing, but he's making you think. All right? Because everybody relies on things. People, like you stated earlier, a woman needs money to get formula, even though she has natural milk. When those jugs that a woman has, she's still gonna want formula to feed a baby and so forth. Well, at that time, you're gonna have to have that. You know what? The C-hip. All right, C-hip for everything. But let me go on.
In those individuals feeling the full force of God's wrath. Number 2, the mark. No one knows exactly what form the mark of the beast will be.
Wrong. We know what it is, because the prophets, from the Apostle Torah on down, has been saying this. That's why a lot of these, these questions, like, what was it, Bach? I believe it was a Bach. Or one of these groups made a movie. No, it was this guy, Priest Daniel, had made a movie, What's the Mark of the Beast, or some shit like that. And he leaves this cheesy ass movie leaves a great debate of interpretation, even prior to the movie, when they was breaking it, when they was telling you. And during that movie, they said it was a chip. But before that movie, he had what's this guy, Ron something, and it's just a debate. Look, flat out, it is the RFID microchip. Flat out. No ifs, ands, buts about it. The more you leave wiggle room for interpretation, the more you show you don't know the scriptures, you don't understand. All right? Because everything's aligned with that. You are not going to be able to buy or sell. Can't be Christianity. It can't be sleeping with white women. It can't be an embargo. Any of this bullshit that they've been saying. All right? It all is coming down to one specific thing. You're going to have to put a foreign object in your body that's going to have all your information, your finances and everything like that, in order for you to survive in modern day society. All right? You're going to have that. Okay? You're going to have it.
However, many speculate that it could come in the form of a small digital chip or something called an RFID, radio frequency identification tag. Both of these options can quite easily be planted under the skin. Revelation 13, verse 16 to 17 says, "He required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on the right hand or on the forehead. And no one could buy or sell anything without that mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name." This scripture indicates that the Antichrist will establish some kind of world economic system, and when you look at the advancing of technology, digital currencies, artificial intelligence, and the increasing globalization of the world's markets, a one-world monetary system or currency is the most likely way that we will see the Antichrist enforce his reign.
The most likely reign, because that's the only way. All right. There's no error for interpretation. It is what it is. It's clear. It's plain. All right. It's clear and plain how. That's why you got the World Economic Forum, that's making these weird ass laws, but that's all leading to the same thing. They want to crash the economies in order to bring in these things. When 2020 happened, the world was shut down. Everybody thought it was the end. Do you know there was still certain trades that was going about taking care of their business like nothing was going on? These giant Q-tips that we go around. Well, I'm in New York, but these giant 5, towers, this randomly just went up. What if the world shut down because of this disease, this mystery disease that could not be cured and all this other nonsense? Why is people out there working and installing these type of devices all over the place? Why all of a sudden they was trying to get this thing into every household? Why was technology all of a sudden rampant the way it was after that? Because that's the agenda. They have to put in the system in order for this thing to work. All right. There's too much effort in making this thing happen than not, which is not leading to any other interpretation. The interpretation that is given is it has to be this device. All right. The MTOB.
Because after all, he cannot control the buying and selling of the entire world until there is a universal mechanism.
And there you go. Nobody can control what a person can buy or sell if they have paper dollars. All right. Or they have coins to give. They can't monitor every fucking thing. This is why they created a system to keep things intact. This is why when you go to certain stores, you go past the cashier, you could self-check out, and they weigh every single thing. So by the time you put everything, they even have a camera above you. I just did that in Stop and Shop the other day. It was yesterday, right? Yeah. I bought something that was supposed to be on sale, and the original price bought up. So I was like, what the hell's going on? So I asked one of the people that works there. This is supposed to be like $4 for $5, like, and they gonna check, like, nah, it's not. So like, all right. So I continue on, and then when I was trying to check out, another thing that I bought thought it was for sale, and I said, this supposed to be for sale? And then the lady went to go check to see for sale, and she's like, yeah, it says it, but then looking at the screen, there's a camera above that I can't see that's showing you, oh, the device that you was putting away, what you can't purchase no more because they say it was on sale. That's what the computer's counting, so it has to keep the weight. So even though the people in the store cleared it, it's still thinking that I have those two devices. or that have those two items. So everything that you can't go in the regular store to do anything anymore. All right, because everything's moving in a digital pace. So by the time anything else comes about, guess what? They're gonna advance it even more. This system has to be flawless, perfect. So that way, that's the only way to live. Only way. But let's
Number 3, the persecution.
Oh no. Well, actually, that was a point because should I even? Hold on. Well, we don't have to go to the persecution because we know it's gonna happen. Because they're gonna start talking about the 70 years of this and the rapture. It was going off. But the little things that he said, which we've been said, it makes sense. They created a system, and in this system, in order to live your ordinary life, all right, you might not even trying to be rich. You're just trying to live an ordinary, mind my business life. All that shit's gonna be taken away. They're gonna leave you with no other choice. That you have to take this thing, and if you don't take it, you won't live. And some might say, "Well, I'll go in the wilderness. I'll do this and that, do this and that." Even in that sense, they're gonna make shit hard. Because we coming into some serious times. Okay? Some serious deadly times. He read it, but it says, let me get this real quick. Isaiah 10:1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and direct grievousness which they have prescribed." So they passing laws. That's why Biden, before he became president, took this guy forever when he was in his younger form. I forgot who he was talking to. I think something Oliver. And he said that you will rule in the day when you have to put a microchip in people. Something that they said. Slack you'll rule you are ruled on that day. So that the objective is to put this chip in everybody. Pass certain laws where people have to rely on this way in order to live. So can't you other camps see this? Everything that's put in play is leading to that. That's the ultimate end game. All right? Every man, woman, and child is going to be tempted. That's the ultimate end game. To turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. So them passing these unrighteous laws and making things tough for everybody is not by accident. Revelations, we get to the point, 3:10, I quoted it, but let me just read it. "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience." And whom the Lord is talking to? First of all, is in red, so that's the Lord speaking. He's talking to who? The saints. Keeping the laws of keeping the word of the Lord in patience is doing what He's telling us to do. Push these shows. Warn the people. All right, warn the people. Don't just be just don't be just telling people, doing it yourself. Live this. All right. And patience means suffer. So you got to suffer this. It says, "I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation." Is it talking about 1 hour? No, it's talking about a period of time where everything that is normal is going to be taken away from people. We live, especially here in America, in a luxurious form. Despite a lot of us are poor, we live better than most people in the world. So when certain things are taken away from people, they're gonna lose it. All right, they're gonna throw their integrity out. They might just want a meal. They might, their children, anything. All right, some may not want to die. All these things is gonna come in this particular hour. They're gonna give you the option: take this or get your head chopped off. And guess what? Shit is like, where's the guillotine? That's the attitude a man of the Lord is gonna have that in that moment. Chop my fucking head off. All right. I'll run to the guillotine with you. If that, but that spirit is only given to specific men. You can want it, you could pray for it, and the Lord's gonna give a certain type of spirit to certain brothers, but that's the spirit that brothers should have. All right. But the hour of temptation is coming to all people. All right. Rich, poor, you name it. People in prison, outside of prison, out in so-called in the free world. You may get kicked out of your homes. The cars may they take your car, they take this, they take that from you. Everything. Or take this for a little short moment and get judged for it. That's what it's going to boil down to. It said, which shall come upon all the world in Okamani sense, and the inhabitants of the earth, to try them that dwell upon the earth. So all the men, women, and children on earth, north, west, south, east, are going to be tempted. But the main focal point is here in Babylon the Great. This is where the ultimate end is going to take place, where it's going to be burnt. So with that being said, this is something that a brother has sent, through the spirit. Make you want to. It shows you the realistic reasons or why people are going to do the things that they say they're not going to do. All right, and ultimately, it's going to be the spirit of the Lord. So that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations of Shalom.